Today, let's check out some of the Solana meme coin terms that get thrown around all the time by developers, and you hear them and you maybe not understand fully what they mean. I know as I walked my crypto and developer journey, I had to learn these things more and more thorough as I walked that path, right? So I'm not a gifted speaker. I have some notes, so bear with me if I reference those notes because I want to make sure I tell you right and I don't miss anything. But saying that, as an imperfect speaker, I hope that I can bring you some insight from a developer's perspective and maybe give you some information given in a more relatable way, elementary way, so that way you can understand it. I wish I could have learned more from people that spoke plainly instead of the high-end coder developer language that left me in the dust when I was just starting this journey. So let's check it out. So Solana meme coins, of course, you hear things all the time like mint authority. What the heck does that mean? So the person or team with power to create more tokens, so the developer that created the tokens. If one group can endlessly mint more tokens, of course, if there's more supply, that could destroy the value of the tokens. So you want the mint authority frozen. You do not want them to have rights to create any more of them. Freeze authority. What does that mean? That's the ability to freeze or stop certain transactions. Obviously, this can be used to stop hacks, but also could be used by developers to stop you from selling your token. You always want to make sure that mint authority is revoked, freeze authority is revoked. LP liquidity pools. What are you looking for there? You want them to either be burned or locked. Vast majority of those, unless they have valid reasons for not doing so and they're clear and upfront about why they haven't done it. What does that mean? This means that the liquidity money used for trading the token is locked or burned in a smart contract. If it's locked, it's a specified amount of time. You want it to be usually about 6 months or so, unless they explain why they're not locking it for that long. If it's burned, that means it's gone forever. They'll never be able to access it again. Obviously, that's optimal. That's if someone has burned majority, if not all, of their LP, a liquidity pool, then that's perfect scenario. Let's see what else. So that's the difference between the two as well. Audits, this doesn't seem to be as common anymore, but even as close as like 6 months ago to a year ago, there were a lot more teams who were having their contracts audited. It's basically an external check of the coin's code to ensure that it's safe and free of bugs. Why does that matter? Although it's not common as of late, coins with audits are generally more trustworthy than ones without. So you want to make sure that the code is all good and it's safe and there's no bugs or anything dirty going on in there. KYC, what does that mean? Know your customer. Developers verify their identity through a trusted third party service. So basically, they pay a known, trusted third party service to verify who they are, where they live. They're good people, they're not criminals, and they're not out to get you. It builds trust because it's harder for known developers to scam. That means, once they're KYC'd, if they've been flagged for scamming, they're going to be in the system, right? So they'll get called out if they try to create a new project and get KYC'd again. Unfortunately, this is becoming less common in these projects to see the KYC right up front on their pages, but when you do see it, it's a good thing. Immutable data with Solana projects. This means that once something is written, it cannot be changed on the blockchain. Why it matters is because it ensures transparency and prevents developers from secretly altering the coin's rules, like changing the token supply, freezing user funds, redirecting liquidity, modifying tokenomics, and redirecting wallet addresses. So you definitely want to have immutable data. You don't want them to launch a coin with mutable data, you invest, and then they can change the whole game behind the scenes without you even knowing it. Tokenomics, what do you want to look for there? So tokenomics are kind of like the coin's business plan, how they're allocating their token supply. Say, for instance, they have a supply of 1 billion tokens. How many of them are going to the team? how many of them are being allocated for marketing, how many might they burn, and how many of them are going to the liquidity pool. Um, so the common amounts that you're looking for is 5 to, on the maximum side, 20% of the supply goes to the developers if they have good reasoning for doing so. Any more than that, you definitely want to have your guard up and read through their tokenomics, see if they're explaining why they're keeping more than 20%. And if it seems reasonable for it, because it's maybe a utility token or it has a good game plan for the use of that supply, then maybe. And a lot of times too, these tokens want to burn a large amount to hopefully increase the price for you. So that's could be something to consider, but they need to explain it for sure. If there's no explanation of it and they're holding more than 20% for the team, your guard might need to go up. Let's see what to look for in roadmaps. This is also less common. I'm seeing on these projects, meme projects specifically on their websites. But if they do have a roadmap on their website, you want to make sure they have realistic goals. I've mentioned this in another video, but if it's a tiny little meme coin and they have a market cap of 50 grand and they're saying that they're going to be tied in with the biggest influencers, celebrities, and going to be listed on the biggest exchanges, they're probably full of malarkey and it's probably wise to move on. Okay, so let's start off with an interesting project that I ran across on Solana. It was called Unicorn Fart Dust, and it was launched a few weeks ago. They're still holding strong at a $130 million market cap. It once shot up to above 200 million, but it's come back down a little bit as the market is going down because of all of the liquidations. Let's see here. So these are the things you might want to look out for. Liquidity locked. You see this lock symbol here? It's showing that the liquidity is either locked or burned. And if you hover over it or click over it, it typically says how much of that supply, the token supply, has been locked or burned. But there are some variations. So Dex Screener might say one thing. If you move on to Dex Tools, it might say something else. And if you move to Rugcheck, it might have to say something else altogether. It's kind of a difficult system to maneuver, but I know that typically on Dex Screener, if it shows that locked symbol, that the majority of the liquidity usually is locked. So this is a good initial indicator. So let's start here. Okay, so the pair created 21 days and 18 hours ago. Oh yeah, so the unicorn fart dust story is pretty funny. So this guy is a 54-year-old boomer, he calls himself, first time crypto buyer, and started this meme coin in 3 hours. He must have started it on Pump Fun or something, I don't know. He'll be covering the journey on his YouTube channel. So he was taught that only silver and gold were the real forms of money, and he was against crypto apparently. So everything else is unicorn fart dust. So until proven wrong, this happens often. That's funny. So he went on to, create this token. I guess he was trying to prove that cryptos are just a scam and there's nothing to them. But this token took off. And so it's a very funny story. And if you want to read more, check him out on Dex Screen. It's got the links to their Twitter and his YouTube channel, I believe. Yeah, YouTube and Twitter. They don't even have a Telegram channel, which usually in crypto you're going to have Telegram or Discord. So it's kind of humorous that they don't have it. So yeah, so let's see what else is on here. We have audit. So if you click the little drop down on Dex Screener while looking at the project, you click the drop down, it says no issues. You can see mint authority has been revoked. Mintable, no. Freeze authority has been revoked. You cannot freeze it. The developers can't freeze it and stop you from selling. So that's good. So let's check out Unicorn Fart Dust on Dex Tools. I can't even say that without laughing. So market cap showing 128. It's common for Dex Screener and Dex Tools and really all of the screeners and websites to show little variations of the actual market cap. Liquidity is showing the same, 3.7 million, but you can see here on Dex Tools, it's only showing that 56% of the liquidity, the LP, has been burned or locked. Let's see what else. Contract is verified, so apparently it's had an audit and the contract looks good. If it's been done through Pump Fund, it should be all good. Honeypot, no. What does honeypot mean? If you hover over these items, it'll give you a little bit of an insight here. So whether the token is a honeypot, which means that sorry, I need to move over here a little bit, which means that the token maybe cannot be sold. That's some good grammar. Maybe cannot be sold because of the token's contract function, or the token contains malicious code. So that's kind of going back into the audit. Buy tax, sell tax, it has question marks here. Typically on Solana, you're not going to see much of that because you will get flagged. Solana coins don't like buy and sell taxes for some reason. I don't agree with that. I think a little buy sell tax is okay for the longevity of the project. And then let's see, if we take this contract address right here, UFD, Unicorn Fart Test, and copy it, and we go to rugcheck.xyz, and you paste the contract address into here. By the way, I'm going to put all the links to these websites in the description of this video so you can just easily find them there. If you paste this contract address into Rugcheck, you'll see Unicorn Fart Dust. Risk analysis is good. So has a 1 billion supply, market cap of 123 million. As I said, everything is a little bit different as typical in crypto. Nothing seems to really line up perfectly as we grow this space. LP is locked. This one showing 60.84% of the LP liquidity pool has been locked. So overall, pretty good score. Always do your own research. I'm just a fellow investor and developer and not your financial advisor. So make sure before you follow the herd into some of the more risky crypto bets that you do your research and make sure the basics are there. I don't like seeing people getting scammed and ripped off. It happens way too often where we get excited because somebody's talking about the next big one that just popped up 10 minutes ago, and we make unwise decisions. We jump into it without really checking into anything. Next thing you know, those developers scam us, they dump, they rug, and we are left with nothing. So do your research, be safe. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a fellow investor trying to help. Also, on that end, your private keys to your wallet. If you don't know that, don't ever share your private keys, seed phrases, any of that stuff. That's a combination to the safe that holds your cryptocurrency. So you want to hold that really tight to yourself and only people you truly trust, like your spouse, maybe. So you guys stay safe out there. Okay, so I hope you've learned something here about Solana meme coins, altcoins, anything really launched on Solana. We've covered mint authority, freeze authority, burned LPs, locked LPs, audits, KYCs, immutable data, tokenomics, roadmaps, and how to use Rugcheck. So if you found this video helpful, although imperfect, please hit that like button, subscribe for any kind of additional videos that I'll be dropping with more crypto tips from a developer. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. If you have any other topics that you want me to cover, please drop that in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get it done for you. Thanks for watching. You guys have a blessed day.